Hello, I'm Theron Schuler. I'm a chemical engineering technology student. When I graduate, I'll be a chemical operator. I was born in East Tennessee. I went to a few different schools as a kid. Ultimately, ended up in Farragut, fifth grade through senior year. But before that, I guess I went to Alcoa, Cedar Bluff, and Hardin Valley. Senior year for Farragut, I played basketball, and then just graduated as a normal student. And I worked for a few years. I worked at Pure Magic, and I drove for FedEx, and now I work at a place called Graphic Creations where I print car wraps and stickers, banners, and all the above. In 2023, I started school to become a chemical operator, and thankfully I'm in my last semester, and so I anticipate to graduate in December. And now for the personal story. When I was probably 9 or 10 years old, my dad, my brother, and I all went to East Cobb for a travel baseball tournament for my brother, Tavis. And, what I remember is we stayed in a pretty nice place. I had a pool, and we stayed with the whole team, of course. And during the day, we'd watch them all play baseball. And in the evening, we'd come home and play in the pool and play video games, MLB The Show in particular. And so then they didn't end up winning the tournament, but they all had fun. And, in East Cobb, that's where the best of the best in the East Coast go. So it was cool to see all the other players. And as we're actually leaving the hotel, my dad, he was like, y'all want to go to the beach? And of course, we were young kids. My brother was probably 14. And we were like, hell yeah, of course we want to go to the beach. And so our stepmom was back home, and she planned the hotel and the trip for us while we were driving. And while we were driving, there was a terrible rainstorm, like a monsoon, and so we ended up having to pull over and wait it out. And we all like turned around and looked at each other like, should we do this? Should we go, or should we just go back home? And so we ended up waiting it out still, and we ended up going. And driving through some of the night, probably got to the hotel around 1, 2 a.m., I'd imagine. And when we pull up, there's a dude outside on the balcony smoking something, and my dad did not appreciate whatever he was smoking. And so for whatever reason, our dad still has us check in, and we check in, and as we open the door, the room is not nice. It smells bad. The whole situation was not good. So my dad, known to have a temper, he storms out. He goes and rushes for a refund, rushes for a checkout immediately. And so we gather all of our crap really fast, and turns out I left his pillow. And so after he just made a whole fuss and a whole scene, security had to walk him back up to the room and get his pillow, because can't leave his infamous pillow. And then so we check out, and we're kind of scrambling, like, what do we do now? And so we just began driving a little bit. We drove down the road a little bit, and we found a chain hotel, Radisson, and stayed there. And stayed on the first floor with the pool literally right outside of our door, or our balcony. And so, we wake up, sleep in, because we were on the road super late, and we sleep in, and so probably wake up around 11 or noon, whatever. And we open the blinds, of course, because we're ready to see the ocean. And turns out right by the pool, there was a party going on, and we go out and we just look at it, all the things, and then we realize, oh crap, it's a bikini contest. And my dad, of course, ate it up. We ate it up. It was, looking back, it was friggin' hilarious. And so the rest of the time there was a lazy river and a pool and a beach, and of course we just hung out there and did all that, and mainly just spent our time with each other, and had good food. And there's a really funny part of that story where, of course, we had been on the road for probably 5-6 days, maybe a week at this point. And my dad, he'll sweat cooking. He sweats while he eats, and so we had to do laundry because we've been there almost a week. And so uh, the laundry room was probably 105 degrees, but for whatever reason, it just cracked us up that him just moving clothes from the washer to dryer, just standing there and waiting for the clothes to be done. He was just sweating like profusely, like he had ran a marathon. And so it was just really funny for my brother and I because obviously we're not helping. We don't do laundry, of course. And, the funny part about that story is it's true what they say. It's always about the journey. It's not about the destination. And that was a good case and example of it. And it was a really good time, and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.